Good Thursday morning and welcome to your WFB First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Henry Blakes, and for the time being, we've got some relatively nice weather across the area. Hopefully you're enjoying your day, and we'd like to thank you for tuning in for the time being. It is Thursday, and the latest U.S. drought monitor is out, and you'll notice we do have lots of areas experiencing drought-like conditions, especially out west on the eastern seaboard, through the heartland, and down into parts of the deep south. We are dealing with some severe drought conditions. But taking a closer look in our viewing area, no real problems for southwest Mississippi, let alone the Baton Rouge metro area. But you'll notice for the Felicianas down in the Point Capite, kind of circling the Baton Rouge area, we do have abnormally dry conditions. But let's take a look a little farther to the east. You'll notice anywhere from I-10 circling around 55 and back to 10, we have moderate drought conditions. So this includes residents in Hammond, Mandeville, New Orleans as well, even into Laplace. So with the lack of precipitation, that is likely to continue over the next week or so. Way farther to the west, especially as you get west and over the Atchafalaya Basin, we start to unfortunately get into that likelihood of moderate to severe drought conditions. That includes residents in Eunice. But you'll notice Ville Platte, Melville, especially into Krotz Springs and Henderson, Opelousas, unfortunately, you're dealing with moderate drought conditions. And with no additional rain, we could see this spread a little farther south, if not east, over the next week or so. But at the moment, high pressure is overhead, and that is keeping much of the deep south on the dry side. Any bit of moisture is well off to our north and west in the western U.S., where they're going to have a couple of storm systems push through and give them several rounds of rain across California and into Seattle. But a big dome of high pressure is keeping much of the central and eastern United States relatively dry. That colder air that we had, that's pushed well off to our north and east back into Canada and the Arctic. So things are looking better and warmer down here across the deep south with very little, if any, cloud cover out there. Looking at the Baton Rouge area, a few passing clouds. Going to be mostly to partly cloudy day, but still relatively nice. The Mississippi River giving a great shot of that on our Sky 9 camera at 74 degrees this morning, and the wind remaining light. Dew points right near 60, so it's still relatively comfortable even with the temperatures in the mid-70s at this hour. Now, the Futurecast, you're going to notice a little bit of a warming trend underway. We're already in the mid-70s. Many of us are likely going to be topping out at least in the upper 70s for today. Here's your 3 o'clock Futurecast. As we get into the sunset period, you'll notice those temperatures quickly start to drop. So after sunset, that's where we're starting to see more, at least 70, well, rather 60s on the map. And stopping it for Friday morning at 7 o'clock, going with mid-50s across the area. So a little bit on the cooler side, but not chilly weather compared to what we've been having for quite some time. What's the next few days looking like? Well, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the weekend is looking relatively nice, so to say. We're going to be undergoing another warming trend again, folks, so we'll likely be topping out in the 80s for your weekend. Morning lows are likely going to remain in the mid, if not upper 50s. Rain chances, not expecting that for the weekend. We're looking pretty good over there, especially for football. Friday night football, weather looks great. Both Tigers and the Jags going to be playing in Baton Rouge this Sunday, and we are not expecting any, well, rather Saturday, but we're not expecting any type of wet weather or let alone cold weather to impact your outdoor, let alone football plans. But as we go into next week, there are good indications of increasing rain chances across the area. And here's our next disturbance, but not until next week. This is the European model Futurecast showing you Thursday of next week. That's going to be on the 20th. We're going to be watching a cold front that's going to be pushing from west to east, and that could bring us a few showers and thunderstorms to parts of South Louisiana for Thursday into early Friday. Now, that's well over a week away. You may have noticed over the past several days on our 7-day forecast, we've had rain chances, but they keep getting pushed farther and farther back, which in a way is good news for us. We need a little bit of rain, but this far out, a lot can change. A lot of the models, they don't do a good job and are less accurate the farther out you go, especially 7 days. The models are a little more accurate once you get within 24 to 48 hours of the storm system. But we just want to make everyone weather aware of the potential for a little bit of an increased wet weather pattern by the middle to end of next week. But over the weekend and the start of the next week, our weather conditions are looking nice, calm, and warm across the Deep South. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. And be sure to watch 9 News this afternoon. Jeff Morrow is going to have more details on your weekend and extended forecast, and we'll have additional updates tonight as well. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.